Hey folks, and welcome back to MusicalConman Plays The Binding of Isaac. Let's see. Do I want to do a challenge or another Eden run? I think I'm going to take a crack at an Eden run for now and maybe do a challenge next time around. And if anyone has a challenge they'd like me to do, let me know. Alright. SDE7 WDTW. This seems like a great start. Decent damage. Fire rate not awful, and Habit blank card is just really great starting items. There's pretty good odds that I don't take any other spacebar item over the course of the run because blank card just really has the chance to become great later on. If I found just like a High Priestess or something on this floor or the next floor, that'd make a big difference against early game bosses. But what I'm really hoping for, of course, is something like Yara, or Algiz, or Perthra. Just a really strong rune. There's a lot of cards that can be useful with blank card. You know, even the Fool or Hanged Man can be pretty good early on. But what I really like is just... I'd like to find anything soon that I can just hold and keep using until I get something good. Explosivo. Personally, I'm a pretty decent fan of Explosivo early on. Later on, it can get a little annoying if your tiers do enough damage to kill enemies on their own, and Explosivo is preventing them from hitting. Because an Explosivo tier that hits and sticks doesn't actually do damage. And honestly, I think if that one thing was changed, it would make the item so much better, because as is, it can actually be a pretty big detriment against some enemies that jump around. You know, if you have Larry Jr. and a high luck stat. Not Larry Jr., sorry, I mean... Oh, Pen. All these multi-segmented chunks of meat look the same to me. Which, come to think of it, I guess that category includes humans, but in a slightly different way. Anyway, HP is just fine. The most important thing about HP here is that my HP isn't awful. It's really nice to have that Spirit Heart so that I can get a deal with the devil, and this has a lot of potential to be fun. And of course, I'd definitely be looking out for, with this blank card, if I can get, say, 2 of diamonds and a restock. That's always fun. Or Yara and restock. Really just blank card means that restock is almost always, or at least a very high percentage of the time, gonna let you get every item you want to get. So, Monstro is jumping around and actually making Explosivo like a net detriment, because like 10% of my shots are Explosivo shots, but none of them explode, so like 10% of my shots just aren't doing damage. But it's working out. I was kind of hoping that I can get him over here, get him to hold still and shoot at me, and have an Explosivo shot blow up that Tinted for me. Like if he would have shot again there, that's what I wanted. But I think I'm going to have to accept that as a pipe dream, and I'm going to blow up this Tinted anyway, so I might as well get some free damage on him. Knock that out. Mom's heals, range upgrade. Not amazing, but a really good start. And my damage or anything isn't particularly good, but this run just offers a lot of utility. So, Blood Bag is a good start, HP up and speed up. Gonna help enable a deal with the devil. And the speed upgrade is just always useful until you hit the cap. Blank card High Priestess is exactly what I was talking about earlier, saying, you know, this is a card that might really help me kill bosses early in the game, and wow, I am at the boss. And honestly, I almost find myself thinking, what if I took Angel Deals this run? Because this run seems like it's doing pretty strongly right now, but I think I'm going to resist that urge, because although the run has a lot of utility right now, it doesn't actually have much damage. And deals with the devil are really the best source for damage. So if I can get some good damage on this deal with the devil, I want it. Tell you what, if there's not anything I want to take, I won't take it just for precedent. But I do want this, So I'm kind of glad I don't have to follow up and get my bluff called there. Because the ability to fly in Spectral Tears is, granted, just more utility, but really good utility this early on in the run. So now I've got no need for something like Blank Card Hangman, and I can just look for something better. Alright, so the habit could definitely be a good thing if I get, say, Hierophant, then I've almost won just from that. Because what the habit will do is every time I take damage, it'll give me one more bar of charge on my active items. So with Blank Card, my active item can provide any number of effects, and a lot of those are just broken with the habit. If I found, say, 2 of Hearts or the Sun, then all I would need to do is get a lot of red HP, and I would be completely invincible. I'm going to spend my key on the item room rather than the golden chest, and frankly, I kind of wish I'd gambled on the golden chest. I'll do another room too. I could be using Blank Card High Priestess more often, it's just there's not a lot of great opportunities to do so. Sacrifice room. Anyone who's watched much of this series probably knows I have a lot of fun playing Sacrifice rooms, trying to get to Mega Satan. But with this much HP and no real damage, it's not great. Did get what I was hoping to get there, which is a key and an opportunity to get some more stuff going for me. I thought I could do it, but hopefully that will pay out and make it worth my time anyway. Yeah, that was good. So this is the place to use Blank Card High Priestess. I want one of these to give me a key, and I'm going top right. Yes. Alright. I'm not going to use Blank Card High Priestess on this one, because Explosivo should actually make pretty short work of Larry Jr., especially with Robo Baby actually doing some good work here. So at the bottom left, on the philosophy that if it wasn't good, why would they hide it behind rocks? And although it didn't give me any more keys, which I would have used to open other chests, friggin' Explosivo, didn't give me any more keys, I'd say that was still definitely worth it for Infamy, which has a percentage chance or something to block any incoming bullet from hitting my body. Yeah, this floor has been pretty good to me, and honestly, maybe the item I'm happiest about right now is just the screw, just to help me get some DPS, because frankly, Explosivo helps with that. And Robo Baby is helping more than I'd like to admit, but I really want a damage stat upgrade. And honestly, it's looking like this run is going to be kind of shaped around Explosivo, at least for the first few floors. The problem is that Explosivo is great damage when it works, but there's a lot of enemies like that one against whom it does not help, it actually hurts. I should have known better than that, but I didn't think I was in range. Losing some HP for silly reasons, but things seem to be going alright. The question is, will I go to the shop right now? And the answer is, I don't think I have enough money to make it worth my time. Even with 3 bombs, I don't want to bomb the donation machine unless something great. Thank you, Infamy, for doing your job and protecting me from some damage there. And the nice thing in a room like this with a lot of enemies is basically if I see an Explosivo shot land, I can stop shooting at that enemy, focus on other enemies because I know that it will die eventually. Let's watch his impending demise. Wasn't that fun? And you know, I think no, but I don't have enough keys. I'm debating, I want to go to the shop because what if this was the shop that just contained restock and I walked by? Because honestly, there's just a couple shop items that could be really good. Car battery, for example. Restock, I've already mentioned. There's a couple shop items that I just could hardly afford not to take if they're there. And so it might be worth just walking into the shop and checking if they are present. Okay, good. One Explosivo shot is enough to kill one of those guys. Shame that I just missed with a couple Explosivo shots. But hey, he just missed me. And now I will go to the shop, now that I have enough keys to also go to my item room. So let's see what's in here. Ipecac. Okay. This is a huge improvement. And honestly, this is going to make me dislike Explosivo much more. Yay, save it to key. Because now I'm only firing a tier every couple seconds, or every second or two anyway, depending on how often it's safe to fire. And if an Ipecac shot turns into an Explosivo shot, I'm sure it'll do a lot of damage, but only if the enemy doesn't dodge, which would become very annoying. So as you saw, it's pretty hard to open walls with Ipecac, which is such high range. Okay, I was just thinking I might have to use a bomb there. And this isn't a shop, it's a library, and there's nothing in here that I really want to take over Blank Card, even though a lot of these are really good with the habit. Blank Card could do anything these items could do better if I just get the right rune. And I haven't had the chance to get a good Blank Card Yara run on this channel yet, so I'd really like to make that happen if possible. So Rune Bag would be my favorite item I could get. So, found the real shop here. Let's see what's inside. And blue map I will buy if I can blow this guy up and get some money. No money, bloody penny. Interesting, I didn't really know you could drop that. I guess penny trinkets. And you know what? With Ipecac, blue map is pretty useful because I can actually open every secret room I find. So I'll take it. I'm looking for a little more from shops in the future. And if that one had had a key, I would have just taken the key and ignored blue map, I think. There's an example of an annoying explosivo shot when I don't need the damage multiplier, I just needed to deal its regular damage now. Still, Explosivo did some good work against a couple Larry Juniors that might have been a little trickier. 3 Explosivo shots in a row can be real annoying with Ipecac. And you just want to hit. That was 4 in a row, by the way. And you can see how weird the spider's hitboxes are. They're actually out pretty far away from the wall, which I suppose is to make it easier to hit them with certain items or something like that. Anyway, Death's Touch can actually be negative with Ipecac sometimes, because now the hitbox... So Death's Touch increases the hitbox of the tier, meaning that it'll hit the enemy from a decent distance away from the center of the tier. You know, the image is larger and the hitbox matches that, but the explosion radius is still the same. So it's actually possible to end up with a scenario where the edge of the tier hits an enemy, but causing the tier to explode, but it doesn't do any damage because the center of the tier is too far away. Yeah, it's a rare run where I say, man, I would really like a range down, but with Ipecac, sometimes you want that. Wow, that is massive. But hey, it got the job done. And by the job, I mean hitting me, but can't complain too much. Stigmata is great, and honestly, with Bloody Penny and the Habit, there's a lot of good reasons to try and stick with red HP on this run. I'm still going to blow this guy up, because I prefer to save money for the shop instead of trying to get HP from him. And because I don't have any money to spend on him. But I'll admit, if I had gone with deals with the Angel in this run, that probably could have been a pretty viable way to handle things. Because with the Habit, deals with the Angel tend to give you a lot of red HP, and Habit with anything that generated HP, 2 of Hearts would have been amazing. Could have just been a win if I had enough red hearts, which I've done before, and it's fun. Telepills is annoying, but didn't take me far. Still, though, I really wanted Spear of the Night, and I'll admit, I'm just a little more comfortable sticking with the old familiar Devil Deal meta. If I wanted to do Boss Rush on this run, I am on pace for it, and I have the damage to do it. Honestly, I think the biggest factor in deciding whether or not I want to is just whether I get a good card between now and then. Blank Card High Priestess could take out 1 boss out of every 4, as long as it didn't miss, and that's just really not enough to inspire me. I'm gonna check this just in case there was something I really wanted. The battery is good, but I can't think of a lot of blank card synergies that really need the battery. Because with Ipecac, I know that I can just blow up the donation machine as much as I want to get any item. If Restock were in there, that's what would have happened. If Car Battery were in there, that's what would have happened, because Car Battery, Alges, Car Battery, Yara, Car Battery Degas, Car Battery Hierophant. These are just a few examples of awesome ways that you can use car battery with blank card. And despite what I'm saying about how I like red HP, I don't think this is looking like a red HP kind of run, and I love Sacrificial Dagger. Really helpful to have Sacrificial Dagger and Cube of Meat against bullet hell enemies like Mom's Heart. And, you know, if I'm ever in a tricky situation where there's an enemy right up close to me and it's kind of hard to hit it with Ipecac without hitting myself, Sac Dagger gives me an opportunity to run up and just slice it to pieces. I tried to demonstrate, and you may have noticed that didn't go very well for me, but I think we're going to just do our best not to speak of that in the future, and let's move on. Looking for item room, which is good. I'm taking a lot of damage I don't need to take on this run, and honestly, the run is letting me get away with it by being pretty strong. Blue map is actually saving me a key here, and being pretty low on keys, that is helpful. Honestly, with 6 bombs, I don't need to use bombs that often, and I'm going to just use them every now and then when I feel like it. Basically for no other reason than that. Such as, for example, I want to get into a secret room and it's annoying trying to line up the shot. Zodiac. So there are 12 Zodiac items, and on every floor this will give me a random one of them. And there's no way to tell which one it is except just by finding out. So it could be good, could be bad. You know, if I have Libra with Ipecac, I'll be firing out a constant stream of death, and they'll be both impressive and terrifying. If I have Leo, I might accidentally walk over a bomb rock and cause myself some damage. Did find blank card 2 of hearts. I unfortunately can't really see it being useful, which is my own fault. But I'm going to hold on to it anyway, instead of High Priestess, because Ipecac does a better job of High Priestess than High Priestess does. Let's kill War, get a 2nd level Cube of Meat. And this is one of those situations where I think it's easier to just do the damage with Sac Dagger. Oh, I do have Leo on this floor, so any rock I walk over will be destroyed. I am going to take a moment to try and find the shop, because I really think that just a couple shop items could make a huge difference in this run. One shop item could make a huge difference, and there's a couple items that have that potential. Luck down I don't want unless the shop gives me PhD, which I might not even buy. Probably a good idea to blow up these skulls, especially considering how good a card could be. So on my way back I'm going to blow up any skulls I find, and by blow up I mean walk over. I'm not spending my time blowing up fires for Spirit Hearts because the run is giving me a decent amount of HP and I'm not that worried about that. Honestly, I'm really just trying to find a fun synergy. Cancer is not actually that good with Ipecac, but I'm taking it because it feels wrong to see the Cancer Trinket and don't pick it up. Honestly, I think maybe one of the better items I could get right now would be the Body. Because if I get the Body and one more red HP upgrade, or no, 2 more, then all I need to do is just run into every enemy with Sac Dagger and use the habit. No, I need more red HP than that with 2 of hearts. It would be the sun that would do that. But if I have enough red HP is my point, I can just take damage intentionally and use the habit to heal it back up. With blank card something. And that is kind of a dream level of brokenness, because there are a lot of runs where you can get really good damage, but there are a few runs where you can get complete invincibility. Blank card Emperor has some potential. It won't let me get out a boss rush, or it will, but it won't let me get back to the rest of the floor. That said, it will let me speed through the rest of the run if I want to. Can't think of any good reason not to pop it right now, and I'm going to take that over 2 of hearts, giving up on that red HP dream. I'm going to take it over stars, because I think with treasure map and blue map, I've got good odds of getting all I need on this floor and getting to boss rush in time. Just had to double check that it was Necropolis 2. And I think, you know, do I want to be able to just sprint to boss rush and go back to the rest of the floor, or do I want to be able to skip all of the Womb 1 and almost all of the Womb 2? And when you put it like that, I think it's a pretty easy choice for me. Blank Heart Emperor, I suppose I could use just on any room where I'm taking damage and don't want to be there anymore, but honestly, with this much offense, I don't see that as a big problem. Sure, I'll use the stars, and then I'll come back and pick up the Emperor card. In the end, I think that's going to have been a net loss of time, but it could have saved me a little walk if it was up and to the right. I think the No trinket is good, and honestly, although I love Cancer, Cancer's not doing anything for me right now, so No trinket should prevent me from getting any other spacebar item, or at least reduce the odds of one appearing. And I like my current spacebar item, so I'm pretty down with that, because not getting another spacebar item means that I'm a lot more likely to get a regular item in its place. So I'm hoping my shop is on the path. The boss fight is almost certainly this direction, and it's actually getting to the point where I gotta hurry. Or not hurry, but not hurry yet, but already I need to be aware of the time if I want to get to boss rush, and with good damage to do it, and a teleport card in hand to get out of it, I should totally try to make boss rush, because my choice of 4 items, for sure, and if I'm in the mood, can be more than that. So I don't think the secret room can be behind the shop like that, so I think what... Oh, the shop's right here, and I didn't notice it. I was about to despair. I want Mom's key, and I don't respect my donation machine enough. So I'm just gonna take all the money. I'd like these spiders to die, but it's not a big deal. And wow, I didn't realize how low I was running on time. I actually may miss boss rush because of Mom trying to get Mom's key. But I believe. Sack Dagger, do it. Sack Dagger. I am going to intentionally take damage in my own face just to get through that faster. Barely made it. Sorry, deal with the devil. You could give me good items, but this could give me really good items. And wow, what a selection. So Proptosis will double my damage, but reduce my effective range. Magic Mush will increase my damage a lot. And no downside. Eve's Mascara will double my damage, but increase my time between shots. And the Miter will make me more likely to find Spirit Hearts. I think Magic Mush is the most valuable of these, because Proptosis won't actually be a full 2 times damage by the time it gets out to range, and I can't shoot from up close with it, okay? Eve's Mascara is going to double my damage but reduce my fire rate a lot. Granted, I'm not firing that often, but it would get pretty bad. And the Miter, I have faith in my ability to not take as much damage. I really believe in myself. So I'm going to try a wave or 2 here, and see how hard it is to kill these enemies. The answer is medium hard. This is definitely not a destroy everything in a single shot kind of boss rush. So honestly, if I take damage even once, I'm probably going to dip out. And if I take damage twice like that, I'm definitely going to. Okay. Yeah. Shame to miss the deal with the devil, but now I can get a deal with the devil on this floor. I'm going to do the big room to get this charge back faster, and I immediately regret this decision. This room is awful. Really awful. It's a bunch of enemies spawning on all sides of me, getting real close to me, which is just really not what you want on an Ipecac run. Thank you, Infamy, for protecting me from getting down to what would actually be a pretty frightening level of HP. I took damage, I think, twice here, and I think I had 4 Spirit Hearts before. So I should have 1 Red Heart and 2 Spirit Hearts. Let's fight Teratoma, who is honestly pretty scary with Ipecac and no real ability to dodge as a result. But Sack Dagger, Cuba Meat are going to make it a lot easier to take out these spiders. I just want to get as few things on the screen as I can. And I'm kind of surprised that this run has already gotten to a point where I'm worried, because not long ago I didn't care at all about the damage I was taking or picking up extra Spirit Hearts from the floor. Please don't come over here. Thank you. Explosivo. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Explosivo, for not having a hitbox size that actually scales with your visual effect. So Mom Transformation isn't that useful. Kind of a shame not to get a deal with the devil. So this next deal with the devil is my last chance to really get something that helps a lot. I'm glad that I managed to take those guys out before anything bad happened. I'd rather do normal sized rooms now that I think about it. This is not a good amount of HP, so I really don't want to take damage ever again until I get a lot more HP. Oh, I have Taurus on this floor, which is actually a big help on the Mom's Heart fight, I think. Okay, these guys are not my friends. I'm just trying to find a place that I can shoot out away from myself and not get caught in the blast radius. But Taurus did a great job. All I have to do on this floor is just dodge and not even shoot until Taurus takes effect. Okay, that's not good. Actually on the verge of death here. Okay, this is what I need. I need to kill Mom's Heart now. Okay, wow, that damage was amazing between the knife and my own tears. And this is really not where I want the run to end, but Sack Dagger in combination with the Mom Knife behind me is doing a great amount of damage. I never thought I'd be so grateful for the Mom Transformation. And guess it's time to go up to the cathedral. And for the first time in a while, I find myself wondering whether it would be easier to go down to Shoal and skip the chest, which is really not something I find myself thinking except on the weakest of runs. And I'm pretty nervous about this Isaac fight, especially if I'm not going to have Taurus on this floor because of the fickleness of Zodiac. I would have really loved if the Zodiac item I got on this floor had been, say, Cancer. I don't know if that would actually give me the HP from it, but it would be really nice if it did. I think it would probably only just give me the effect, but still, even that would give me an extra hit on Isaac, but I'd prefer not to have to find that out. And honestly, Explosivo is kind of making me regret taking it. If I'd known I would get Ipecac, I probably wouldn't have. And I'm going to go straight to Isaac, because I think the best survival strategy for me is just to get down to the chest and get some items, which will hopefully include HP. So yeah, this is a bit of a tense fight. I'm going to try and focus on dodging. My damage isn't amazing, and that's not good. So I'm going to really hope that I can clear out these things, and for the first time in a while I might die on the Isaac fight. I'm a little nervous. If I can just get through this phase, which I did, the worst part is over. So from here on out, I should be able to win. As long as he doesn't dodge too near me, as long as I stay in the corners, and am generally a good boy who does what he's told. So, give me a moment here. Oh, now I've got to pause. Alright, that was a bad time to be interrupted. Luckily, I'm not in the middle of dodging right now. Let's get back to it. Oh man, don't get that close to me, Isaac. I don't like you. I don't like you like that. I don't want you near me. Explosivo doing some good stuff. Alright, I should be able to finish him off in this barrage. Just get away from him. Miss all your shots. Get in this corner. And hit him one more time. And don't take damage. Thank you for not being an Explosivo shot. Alright. This could potentially be a pretty frightening Blue Baby fight. And this is a pretty fast run. I mean, it's 26 minutes on the chest, but this is pretty terrifying. Rotten Baby could be amazing. Infestation 2 could be amazing. Big Fan could really help block some bullets. I think I can beat Blue Baby without getting hit. Even though I don't want to, I just have to get there first. And Ipecac is going to make Rotten Baby and these two Infestation 2 familiars really strong. I just have to not get... I'm a fool. I could have just used the Emperor. I didn't need to wait for blank card. That's going to be the end of that run. Thanks for watching. First, that one was a bit embarrassing, lost with a strong run, but that's going to be that.